Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Facts. I, as always, am your host, Tyler Groff von Rebick. And today we're going to be looking into what are some urban legends. So this episode, we're definitely going to be talking about some urban legends, apparently. I just want to let everyone know that I've decided to move on from putting sugar in my coffee to just having my coffee ready and stuff. So that way we don't have to waste any on-screen time or anything, especially with me doing mindless chatter along the way. So, that's some good coffee right there. All right. So I also want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching this channel. I really appreciate it. If you would please like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you're always constantly alerted. I really should be more mindful uploading this, but over at Coffee and Crimes, we're just nonstop busy putting out new episodes at least 2 or 3 times a week. But I think we're gonna move on to Coffee and Facts for a little while and see what happens. So and also, if you like these legends or anything, I could actually see doing more urban legend episodes. So if that's something you like and stuff, do let me know. All right. Mythology and folklore date back to ancient times, when people would tell stories of their gods, their demigods, and their mortals who perform feats of godlike importance. A lot of emphasis on God there. The term urban legend was coined in 1968 by Richard Dawson. I'm sorry, 1868 by Richard Dawson. Obviously, I need glasses. Urban legends are often told as cautionary tales or general warnings with allegorical conclusions. Some legends have been told back as far as time goes, but others are more contemporary. Today we'll talk about 3 urban legends of more recent times. This will be good. The Licked Hand. I think I've heard this one before. I don't know. Let's see. One night, not long ago, a young woman around a young girl around teen age is home alone with her dog and reveling in solitude. Smart, practical, and self-sufficient, she doesn't panic when an alert on her phone informs her that a serial killer has escaped from a nearby prison. With her dog on her heels, she surveys the house, locks the doors and windows, except for the attic window, which is broken and won't close, so she instead locks the door to the attic. To the basement. Okay, they switch over the words. She curls up with her dog in bed, finishes her book, and drifts off to sleep. The girl soon awakens. She hears a distant dripping sound. Half awake, she checks the kitchen faucets, but gives up and returns to bed, receiving a lick on the hand from her loyal dog in comfort. Again, she is roused from her slumber by the drip, 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 drip sound. She feels the reassuring lick and falls back to sleep. The third time, she hops out of bed, determined to locate the source of the incessant noise, and heads for the bathroom. When she enters the bathroom, it's dark, so she immediately flips on the light. The scene that greets her is horrific. Her beloved dog is hanging from the shower nozzle with its throat cut, the blood dripping onto the ceramic of the tub. Screaming, the girl backs into the wall behind her and collapses, sobbing for the loss of her best friend and terrified by the unimaginable crime. Through fear, she scans and assesses the rest of the room. She stands up and turns around, and there on the bathroom wall, someone has written in the dog's blood, "Humans can lick too." Jesus. That's fucking scary. Fuck. In some retellings, the little girl is replaced with an old lady. In some, the dog is found in a closet, or the body of the girl or the old lady is found in the closet. The story goes back as far as 1871, where it was first published. The cautionary tale is usually for parents who leave their children at home overnight, or for children to make sure the entire house is completely secure while preying on the mindset that you're never truly secure where you live. Jesus, start. Go buy a new lock or something for the door now. I'm scared. But anybody tries to get under my bed, I got so much shit under my bed and stuff that, if you can crawl under there and hide, good luck. The babysitter and the man upstairs. A teenage girl is watching television at night while babysitting after the children have been put to bed upstairs. The phone rings. The unknown caller tells her, check the children. Okay. The girl, I think I've seen a movie about. I'm sorry. The girl dismisses the call, but the anonymous caller dials back several times, and the girl becomes increasingly frightened. Eventually, the babysitter calls the police, who inform her they will trace the next call. After the stranger calls again, the police return her call, advising her to leave immediately. She evacuates the home, and the police meet her to explain that the calls were coming from inside the house and that the unidentified prowler was calling her after killing the children upstairs. Oh, Jesus. Damn. The legend originates from the 1960s about the horrors of being a babysitter, largely stemming from the 1950 unsolved murder of Jeanette Chrisman, who was murdered while babysitting for a couple. The 1979 film When a Stranger Calls would immortalize the legend for the big screen. In some retellings of the story, end with the children being alive but tied up. Some have the prowler telling the babysitter, see you soon, after being arrested. And in some, the babysitter and kids die while the prowler escapes or is gunned down by the police. A further retelling of the story has the babysitter call the couple that night, later on that night, and ask them if she can cover up the ugly clown statue that's located in their living room. When they tell her that they don't have a clown statue, she discovers too late that the clown statue was actually a person dressed as a clown, and she is either attacked, murdered, or she does successfully get away and police show up to arrest the clown. That doesn't sound very believable because, I mean, it'd have to be like a house, a rich person's house who has like a lot of statues and artworks and shit to believe that. Who? But then again, who the hell would buy a clown statue to begin with? I mean, people are naturally afraid of clowns. Well, not all people are afraid of clowns, but it seems coulrophobia, that's what it's actually called, coulrophobia, actually does present itself in a lot of people. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I wouldn't want a clown statue. I wouldn't even. I paint. I'm an artist. I paint. I would not even paint a clown portrait to hang on my wall. I mean, John Wayne Gacy can have that shit. I'm all good. The Hook. A young couple are cuddling in a car when the radio playing. Suddenly, a news bulletin reports that a serial killer with a hook has just escaped from a nearby mental institution. For varying reasons, they decide to leave quickly. Either the boyfriend got too handsy, the girlfriend got scared, or in the hindsight, they just decided to leave because they were worried about the potential serial killer prowling in the area. In the end, once they get back to the woman's house, the boyfriend goes around to open the door for her and discovers that the killer's hook is either found hanging from the door handle or has been embedded into the door itself. Ooh. That'd be creepy as hell, too. In some variations, the boyfriend decides to leave the car because it won't start or is out of gas and goes to get help. During the night, the woman heard a thumping sound on the roof of the car and gets out to inspect, only to see the killer sitting on the roof thumping the car with the BF. Oh, shit. Ooh. Ooh. No. In others, damn. Yeah, got chills. I'm serious. I got chills. Like I'm getting goosebumps. This shit's great. In others, the woman heard a scratching sound on the roof of the car, but decided to put it off and fall asleep, though the scratching sounds got louder. In the morning, she is led out by a policeman who advises her to focus on him and not turn around. Only after walking so many feet does she actually turn around and discovers that her BF's body is hanging upside down from a tree and his fingernails were scraping the roof of the car. Shit. Damn. That's like a horror movie. Has that been done in a horror movie? If not, someone should make a horror movie about that. That would be pimp. Oh my god. That's fucking creepy as hell. The overall worrying factor of the legend is how close one or both of the couple come to being killed or assaulted by the killer. The story is believed to have first been circulated in the 1950s based on the unsolved 1948 Moonlight Murders in Texarkana. Hey, I was born in Texarkana. which was seen on the big screen as The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I remember that movie. That's a good film. I don't remember a guy being. Sorry, allergies are bad. I don't remember a guy being hung upside down or his head being thumped on the roof of the car. That put an interesting twist on the story. Other potential cases that the legend may have been based on include the Zodiac killings and the Son of Sam murders. I admit I'm not up to date really on the Zodiac killings, but I do know about the Son of Sam, and I could see that. Except in that case, the killer would have to come up and shoot the couple first before without a hooker. I don't know. The first publication of the legend came in November 8th, 1960, in the column Dear Abby. Really? I thought people just write to Dear Abby because they have problems with their domestic life. I guess someone trying to break in your car with a hook is probably a pretty domestic problem. The elements of the story are a basis in psychological fear. In an instance, the hook represents a phallic symbol, and the loss in the and its loss in the car is symbol of castration. Just as the couple seek to make out, which is often the doorway to sex, and they return home from the area, thereby interrupting the potential sex, which is similar to the hook being lost by its owner. Which is why in some tales of the story, the boyfriend is viewed just as horrific as the killer himself is. Nah, I'd be more afraid of the guy with the hook that's it's thumping the head on the roof of the car. These legends and others have been known throughout the world and continue to bring chills and fears to kids retelling the stories by campfire. However, there remains little basis that these stories happen in a particular way, and they could be just as minor as a nightmare. Thank you. Oh, that was a really short script. Well, short script it might be. That shit was freaky. I'm scared. I legit I got hot coffee I can throw in anybody's face if they try to break in or sleep under my bed or whatever, but it's oh my god. This has been Coffee and Facts. I hope that you enjoyed this. Sorry if I scared you. I scared myself reading this shit. Till next time.